6:30, we're following breaking news this morning. I'm Brad Franco alongside Octavia Mitchell. The news coming out late last night with the video now from the Charleston County Alcannon Detention Center, the footage of the death of a Charleston County inmate.
Now, we want to warn you, some of this footage is very graphic and difficult to watch. Jamal Sutherland died after his arrest on a misdemeanor assault charge back on January 5th. News 2's Amaris Jenkins is live for us out at the Alcannon Detention Center to begin our coverage this morning. Amaris, lawmakers and activists have called for the release of this video for weeks. Now, we're finally getting a look at it.
Yeah, Brad and Octavia, I'm actually going to show you some of that video, but first I want to tell you what you're going to see. First, a detention center employee detailing the situation after Sutherland does not comply with officers' request.
He's insisting we open the door, refusing to cuff up, take an aggressive stance. He's already said we have to use force on him. No, CDO Captain Greathouse has been notified. The judge is stating that he needs to be in front of the judge. So SOC has full operational control for the extraction. Medical is standing by on scene.
Now, what you're about to see next is officers making their way inside Sutherland's cell. He is then tased several times, handcuffed, and then tased again. Officers are then seen dragging him out of his cell wearing what they call a spit mask. That mask appears to be making it harder for him to breathe.
Get down, Sutherland! Get down on the ground! Get down, Sutherland! Get down!
Control 37 E, SMU, 37 E,
Just stop. Do not resist! I'm not a police officer. Stop, you still got clothes in you. Loosen up. Loosen up, officer. Hey! Come on, inside.
Now, after that sequence of events, officers tried to revive Sutherland for about 10 to 15 minutes, but were unable to. We have more of that video for you from the Charleston County Sheriff's Office on our website, counton2.com. Live in North Charleston, Amaris Jenkins, Count on 2.
Now, we're not showing you here on TV the video of that resuscitation or when he goes unresponsive, but I think it's important to show you the timeline and how this all laid out over the course of time. The whole sequence, about an hour and 15 minutes from when deputies first approached the cell. That was at 9:15 that morning when the judge wanted him there for that bond court hearing. At 9:33, they introduced pepper spray for the first time, spraying that into the cell. When that didn't work, at 9:34, officers fired their tasers for the first time. At 9:39, so from 9:34 to 9:39, 5 minutes after that first taser is fired, resuscitation begins as they try to bring him back. And at 10:30, the coroner says that was the official time of death.
The official cause of death for Sutherland is, quote, excited state with adverse pharmacotherapeutic effect during the subdual process. The manner of death is currently undetermined, according to the Charleston County coroner. Now, here is more information about the deputies that were involved in the incident. Detention Deputy Brian Houle and Sergeant Lindsay Fickett were the two deputies. They were immediately placed on administrative leave for several weeks and have since been reassigned to administrative duties. The sheriff says that lines up with the agency's policy.
Sheriff Kristen Graziano released a statement with the release of the video, and she talks about following the family's wishes and that it is clearly, she said, time for the public to see what happened. The sheriff goes on to say this unfortunate tragedy has revealed an opportunity to review existing policies. Similarly, we are looking at ways to improve safety for our staff members and the residents of our detention center. Since this tragedy occurred, Graziano continues, we have assessed our resources and are evaluating options for global improvement, including a focus on mental health awareness. This must be changed. She says, I am committed to implementing that change. And these are systemic issues that our nation is facing on a daily basis. This week, Ninth Circuit Solicitor Scarlett Wilson also said she is hoping to decide whether criminal charges are viable by the end of June. In a statement, she says the evidence surrounding Mr. Sutherland's death has raised serious concerns and begged many questions. The solicitor went on to say, I have retained experts who may be able to shed more light on Mr. Sutherland's death and the circumstances surrounding it, to include potential culpability of those in law enforcement.
Low country activists and lawmakers are reacting to the investigation into Jamal Sutherland's death, calling for more transparency and accountability. The video was released overnight, but during the day, community leaders gathered in downtown Charleston with a list of demands for the sheriff's office so they can show accountability. Lawmakers say the way Sutherland was treated was a tragic example of a problem the Low Country has faced before, but they also say it is important to see the incident through the lens of Sutherland's family.
My call to action to our community is to pay attention to the actual facts and details, not get caught up in speculation, not focus on anything else, but making sure that this grieving family gets justice.
Representative J.A. Moore says he is filing the Justice for Jamal bill to provide more protocol and resources during the arrest of people suffering from mental health illnesses. We will continue to work for you and follow all of the latest developments in this story as it continues to unfold. To stay up to date with these developments, be sure to visit our website, counton2.com, and our Facebook and Twitter pages.